Hi Nimisha, how are you?
Hi, Shaurya. I'm good. How are you doing?
I'm good as well. So, how you been?
All well. Just completed my MBA a couple of months back and have joined the workforce again. So, sort of busy, but doing well.
Uh, that's great. Nimisha, could you just begin by telling us a bit about yourself?
Right. So, I have around 7 years of work experience. And for joining for my MBA, I had around 6.5 years of work experience. So, it is in the field of software engineering, and I worked in software engineering for around 3 years, and post that I switched my profile to sales and marketing. So I was working as a business development manager for a startup for about 3 years, and during that course the startup actually got merged with Paytm, so I started working for Paytm. I was for the last 1 year before my MBA, I was managing the Maharashtra region for Paytm Movies as a business development manager. I was handling a team of around 25 people. And after working there for around 1.5 years, I decided that I should, it's the right time for me to pursue my MBA. So I went forward and applied to various colleges. And after that, I went to ISP. I studied there for 1 year in the flagship PGP course. It is a residential program, so I stayed in Hyderabad. And post that, I'm back, joined the workforce. I've joined another startup called Multiple that is in the space of personal investment management. So I'm the marketing and partnership head there. And yeah, it's been around 2.5 months for me now. All good.
How's the new job? How are you liking it?
It's good, good. I love it. In fact, a part of my job is into pure play marketing. It's product launch and go to market strategies and things like that, which is something which I haven't done in my past career stint. So I'm really excited about it. And it's a new experience for me. Great learning, in fact.
Uh, Nimisha, could you just guide us through your? So, I know it's been a while since you completed since you set forth on your MBA, but could you just begin with telling us a bit about your GMAT experience? How did you go about preparing? Why did you decide to get the GMAT?
Right. So I'll start with the why. See, I had worked in the software space for 3 years and then around 3.5 years into business development, sales, and marketing. And after working for around 3.5 years, I realized that there are so many aspects of the business force which I don't really understand. I have been doing the work. I know how to manage sales. I know how to grow that particular company, or because I've been there, worked there, known the work culture. But I did not really understand what accounting is, how do various functions come together. I did not really understand that, what is the leadership path that I should be following going forward, which is the right direction for me. Also, as because I want to become a leader, like that's the aspiration that I have for me. That's a path that I wanted to take. I knew that I had to have a strong network also, people with similar mindset, with whom I can nurture my own career. So those were the reasons why I decided to do an MBA. After 5 6 years, I think GMAT is the best course of option rather than going the traditional CAT way, which a lot of Indians adapt. So I decided I'll go the GMAT way and try for really good institutes. Also, there's one more thing. I always wanted to study in ISB, and that is something which I had an aspiration for ever since I started my career. Because as an Indian engineer, MBA is somewhere at the back of your mind. That's something which is sort of naturally grows into you. And whenever I used to think MBA, it was ISB for me. So I thought, I mean, GMAT is the way to go about it. So hence GMAT. And sorry, what was your other question?
Uh, the other question was why did you decide to join ISP?
Okay, okay. So, so see, during the preparation for GMAT, I, of course, got to know about many other colleges that are out there which accept GMAT score, and those are a couple of IIMs from India, ISB, for especially for experienced professionals that I'm saying, and then there are international colleges. For me, I was clear that I wanted to be in India because I wanted to have a career in India. My family is here, and those are very strong reasons for me that I wanted to be in India. And if you go abroad, there are certain other strings attached to it. You need to be there for a while to, compensate for the higher loans that you're taking. Very practical aspects. Also, people who aspire to eventually settle abroad, it's a good option for them. But for me, I was clear that I wanted to be in India, and in India, I guess ISB is the best. And as I said, I wanted to be in ISB. So those were my reasons, and a different person could have a different reason for sure for joining ISB. More than that, after I actually started researching, I was sort of sure that, okay, I wanted to be in India. What are my options here? When I looked at the faculty, the kind of atmosphere that a college would give you, especially for the experienced people. So I think ISB stands out in all those aspects, especially the network. Also, the alumni network is huge. It's great. I heard very good reviews from the alums. I contacted the alums of IIM Bangalore, IIM Ahmedabad, and ISB, and ISB did stand out for sure. Mainly because of the diverse nature that the college has. The people who come to ISB, and this I can vouch for after studying in ISB for a year. The kind of people you meet at ISB are from various, it's very diverse background which comes. So as I said, one of the reasons for me was also to grow network and find like-minded people. So that is somewhere I think, it stands out definitely. And those were my reasons for joining ISB. When you talk about the GMAT preparation, so in that case, see, once you think that you have to write GMAT, the ultimate thing which comes to mind is to get the score, which is, desired score basically for the colleges that you're applying. And once you get into that research mode, you do realize that ISB, like colleges, the average score is 709. And I think a similar kind of score is accepted in the other good institutes also. So then the thing happens, how do you manage it along with your work? Because I didn't want to take a break. I was clear about that as well, because for studies, taking a break was like taking a risk. Also, I was very early in the entire sales career that I was managing, so it would have meant a break in my career. So I thought I have to do it along with work. And yeah, so that's how I started thinking about GMAT, and that's how I joined Jamboree actually.
Sounds so good. So how was you when you joined Jamboree? How was your experience with Jamboree?
Obviously, I got the desired score in the first attempt, and everything went well for me. So definitely, it was a very good experience. What happened? Actually, I'll tell you. So another friend of mine, she has also joined ISB, by the way. She was studying in Jamboree, and she introduced me to Jamboree, and she told that the faculty is good, and why don't you check it out? And that's how I went to the center for the first time. I took the weekend course because, again, I had to manage it along with work. What I realized is that the course was quite comprehensive. I was given exact guidelines in terms of what I need to do. And that is what I needed, because I had prepared for, not prepared for GMAT, but I had taken a mock test before. When I thought about GMAT, I had gone through some of the materials, some of the books that are out there. And I realized that it was difficult in terms of managing the speed, the accuracy, because GMAT is a lot about, how well you do in the limited time that you have. So given all of that, I liked the curriculum. I met the faculty. I met Shreyas and Bharat. Both were my faculties at that point in time. So I met them. I liked the way after the demo class, I liked the way they taught. So all of that synced with me. And once I started the classes, all I did was honestly study close to 3 hours every day in the night. So there would be the homeworks, right? Once a topic is taught in the class, you're supposed to work on some questions. So of course the materials are out there. It's given to you from Jamboree's end. So all I did was complete my homework during the weekday. During the weekend, I would attend the class. Post the class, if I had the time and energy, I would do the revisions, and that's about it for the duration of the class. And then there was this post-class material that was given. Also a post-class sort of a schedule which was given. When are you supposed to take the mock tests? How many mock tests you should take? If you're stuck up, what is the point when you should actually come back and contact the faculty? So I took all of that very, very seriously. I just followed that 4 months with regular 3 hours of studies. That's all I did. And on weekends after the classes got over, I spent more time because I had more time. So yeah, that's about it. So for me, it was like, there is a course given to me, just follow it and let's see what happens. There were some of the aspects which were told to me in class were fabulous. Like it came back to me during the exam. During the exam, you don't really have time to think because it's so fast, but it just kept on coming back. And yeah, like I got a score of 730. So I think, yeah, it was a very good experience for me.
So 4 months, 3 hours a day, every day.
Yeah, that's it.
That was some good hard work, and you clearly saw the results.
Right. So, see, a lot of people say that they do GMAT, they write GMAT after a month or 2 weeks, in fact, I've heard, and they also get decent score. What I've realized is for each person, it's different. For me, I knew that I could not give 12 hours a day for a month. It was not possible for me. So I decided that I'll take time. I had seen when was the next deadline. For that reason, I did not really apply to IMA. I don't regret it because I know that IMA for a 6-year experience is still a very difficult thing to get into because they look at much higher experience in terms of the executive course that they take. So that deadline had gone and I decided that it's fine. I want to apply in IMB and ISP because those were the top preferences for me anyway. So I made sure that those deadlines are not gone and I prepared accordingly. So I gave my exam GMAT on November 3rd and December, I think November 31st was the deadline for IMB and December 15 was the second round deadline for ISP. So I made sure that, by that time I was ready. And another thing is during the preparation, right from the first day, like we were told in class that start thinking about the application. Like you don't really have to do it actively right away, but start thinking about your profile because at the end of the day, after the GMAT score, you still need a profile. And what I've realized is it's not your profile, it's actually what you write matters. So in your application. So those are some of the things which before joining Jamboree, I really did not think about because you need certain kind of guidance. You go to an online, portal, go to YouTube or whatever. You get so much of information. So how do you basically sieve through it? How do you sort it out? And that's something which Jamboree provided, honestly, like that, and which helped, which worked in my favor.
I can already see how useful this whole video is going to be for all ISB aspirants and GMAT aspirants. So after you completed your studies from ISB, do you see a good career push that you have gotten?
Definitely. See, it happens in two ways. At least till it's been around for 5 months since I've completed the course. One is that you might be, so your old experience does count. I mean, anybody who says that it doesn't matter is wrong because it will count in some way or the other. It might take you in the same direction and propel you in the same direction, or it might help you in changing the course because there are some skills which are transferable across different industries, different profiles that you have. So you can decide how you want to use your older career and use it where. For me, I wanted to be in the marketing space. So my older career did help me because I could talk to people about what I did in the past, and that helped me in the interviews as well. So one thing is when you go to ISP, you do get some placement support. In terms of the number of companies which come for placements is good. It is, I think this year it was around 400 plus companies which came. So which is a very good number. And that means 400 plus different companies. So different kinds of companies. So as a person, you get option to choose from, where you want to fit in. So that is one good thing. Second good thing is, of course, the network that you build. It comes handy. During our ISP days also, when we were doing certain case competitions or, certain projects, short projects that you have, that time also, if you reach out to an ISBN, an alum, they are more than happy to help you. And I was pretty surprised the way they help you. Like one stranger, a senior, he just asked me to call him. So he worked in a certain industry about which I needed some information. He just gave me his number straight away. You give me a call. He spoke to me for an hour, and all for that one short project, which was for me. So he did not have any, interest in doing so. He did not have any benefit for doing so, rather. So you see the kind of network effect it has. And post the career also, like right now I'm managing partnerships as well for my company. Anybody, any ISBN I reach out to, they are very quick to respond. The network is huge. So there are like 10,000 plus ISBNs currently. So you see the scope. So that's the beauty of being in a B school above anything else. And I'm sure other colleges also provide such kind of network effect. But it also opens your gate to those college alums as well. So right now, being an ISBN, if I ping a person from IIM Ahmedabad on LinkedIn, the probability of them responding to me increases drastically. So that's second benefit. And thirdly, I think it's just an addition to your own profile. So there's this saying that, you need to add credit to your own profile for the person in front of you, for the recruiters to see that you really mean it. Like, you really wanted to work through it, because 1 year in a B school is not easy. So if you've come out of it successfully, it means that you had put the hard work and you're serious about your career. So it's more like an indication to the recruiters more than the knowledge base, because there are people who have, say, 8-9 years of experience. They've learned a lot during their career. The experience does count. So what does a B school add to that? So one is that creditworthiness. So it's basically you're signaling the recruiters that, hey, I am serious about my career and I'm willing to put the effort it requires. So that way, the signaling is also an important aspect.
So so just to end with, do you have what suggestions, what advice do you have for any student who wants to give GMAT?
So people who want to give GMAT, I think, the the biggest suggestion is do it. Like, don't really stall it. Do it whenever you have planned to, because people do plan, but they sort of think that they're not ready yet, and then they keep the dates. I have realized that it means the moment you push your date, it means that you have to restart. That was at least my experience. So stick to your deadlines. That's number one. Second is, what kind of preparation you need, right? Because every person needs different levels of preparation. They might not need as much as I needed. So you know what's best for you, and just make a plan and stick to it. It's not very difficult. GMAT is, it's more about consistency, because it all comes back. If you're prepared, it comes back during the exam. That's for GMAT takers. And especially for MBA aspirants, I think the focus should also be on application. But again, take it stepwise. So the first step is always GMAT. You could have the most brilliant profile out there, but if you are not in the range to which a college, adheres to, it's not that. So ISP, so I have friends in ISP who got into with a score of 670 as well. Because their profile stood out in some way. As I said, it's a very diverse college. You get people from various backgrounds, but your profile needs to stand out. So then the combination, has to be good overall. So application is also very important. But first step first, write the GMAT, get a good score, and then think about the applications.
That sounds great. So I'm sure that's exactly what every aspiring student who will be watching this will do. Thank you so much for joining me, Sunisha, and you've been so helpful. It's been so great. Thank you for taking the time, and wish you all the best. And congratulations on your score. Congratulations on your MBA. All the best for your new job.
Thank you, Shaurya. Thank you for calling me and giving this opportunity to speak. I hope this video helps. the other aspirants that are there, because I know a lot of hard work goes into everything. So all the best to all the aspirants, and yeah, like all the best to Jamburi as well. And thank you. Like I am really grateful to the entire organization because it helped me so much.